The Voting Rights Act of 1965 was designed to be a shield, but over the last few weeks, that shield hasn't just been dented, it's been dismantled. Many people are calling this final blow to voting protections in America. Today, we're stripping away the legalese to show you exactly what was taken, who took it, and what it means for your neighborhood in 2026. The Supreme Court met to make a decision on Louisiana versus Calais on April 29, 2026. In a 6-3 decision, the court struck down Louisiana's congressional map, which had included a second majority black district. The conservative majority ruled that the map was an unconstitutional racial gerrymander. They argued that the race was used too heavily as the predominant factor in drawing the lines. To understand what happened, I will have to tell you what gerrymandering is exactly. And the short answer is it's the practice of dividing or arranging a territorial unit into election districts in a way that gives one political party an unfair advantage in elections. The more detailed version is that usually states redraw district maps after a census because they usually are based on population. But they don't have to wait for a census. They can redraw the districts at any time. Most states allow the legislatures to redistrict, although there are some who use independent commissions. As of 2025, 9 states use independent commissions. An additional 10 states ban drawing maps that favor one party over another. The partisan makeup of a district can have a large effect on which party's candidate wins that district. As a result, the group controlling the redistricting process can produce maps that favor one party over another. Gerrymanders also favored the re-election of incumbents or reduced the number of seats won by candidates who represent certain subsets of constituents. 2 common tactics are cracking, which is splitting up a group of voters across multiple districts to reduce their power, or packing, concentrating as many like-minded voters as possible into a small number of districts. So what exactly did the Supreme Court rule? Well, first, they ruled that the map in Louisiana was an unconstitutional racial gerrymander. They argued that race was used too heavily as the predominant factor in drawing the lines. While the court didn't technically strike down Section 2 of the VRA, which prohibits vote dilution, they reinterpreted it so strictly that it makes it nearly impossible for minority groups to win future cases. One of the most critical takeaways from the last few weeks is how the court is allowing partisanship to be used as a defense for racial discrimination. The court ruled that if a state can claim they were drawing lines to help a political party, which is legal, rather than target a race, which is illegal, the map will likely stand. Since this ruling came down, several states have already begun to move to redraw their maps. Lawmakers have already signaled they may use this ruling to crack urban minority-heavy districts like Memphis and spread those voters into multiple white rural districts to ensure they cannot elect their preferred candidates. There is a massive scramble right now to see if these maps can be changed before the 2026 elections. Because the court moves so quickly, it has created a race against the clock for state legislatures. Justice Elena Kagan wrote a blistering dissent, joined by Sotomayor and Jackson. She stated that the court has effectively completed its demolition of the Voting Rights Act and betrayed its duty to protect the democratic process. I sure hope this helps you understand just how biased our Supreme Court is. And really, it's not much of a surprise because they have always showed this administration loyalty. But we all know that it was bought loyalty. And I feel that their time is limited and that they will be held accountable for their crimes. Thanks for watching. If you agree that this is absolutely helping one party try to take over our whole government, not by getting honest votes, but by so-called legal cheating, please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps. Thanks.